Good morning, everybody. It's Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I am coming to you from Farmington Hills, Michigan. In case any of you wonder where I am located, that's where. I have a Saturday sip for you today, and I hope you're going to like it. So I'm waiting to see if anybody pops on. I know there's a little bit of a delay. And it is summer, so I just never know if any of you guys are even around. But that's okay, because you can always watch it on the replay. So while I'm waiting, I am going to just ask you to remember to give me some thumbs up, some likes, some comments. Tell me where you're from. How did you find me? And to share this video. And if you don't already, to please follow me on facebook.com/memoryinkers. Also, while we're waiting, this is where you can go shopping at my Stampin' Up! Website, memoryinkers.com. If your order is under $150, and I know some of you can spend more than that, but if it's under, please use this new hostess code. This is the new one for July. I haven't even updated my page yet. I have to go do that after this. It's PCP34H2C. Okay, so I think many of you guys have seen the cards, because there's been a ton of them done with this punch. It's the, I always like to flip it over because maybe you can see it better. It's the tag something. What is it? Tailored tag? Now I forgot. Hold on. Let me grab, because I just got another one. Yep, tailored tag punch. So I'm going to show you my version of that tailor tagged card. So the first thing I started with was I cut a piece of designer series paper at 4 inches wide. When I did it the first time, I actually cut it to 5 1/4. What I'm finding actually is this is better if it is cut to 4 or 3 3/4 by 5. But for this example, I'm going to show you, that one is really tedious, and I'll show you the one I did that way. But for this example, I'm going to show you what I did. So I started, found the center and punched out. Now here's the trick, is to keep them all in order. And then I went over here, and it's kind of hard, especially with it not being right under my face, like it is not right now while I'm doing the video. Usually my face is right here staring at it. So this is how I got it started on my second one. So there you go. And then you see you've got these where you can now see where you want to punch your next. I can't see it. Hang on. Okay, so you just kind of want to line it up as best you can and punch. And then you can see how, I'm not going to punch them all for you because I already punched some out. So you can see how you start lining up how your cards are going to go. Now, most of the cards that you've seen have all different colors. Those are cool too, but I'm going to show you a slightly different idea. So here is the one that I did that I said was really tedious. The reason is I cut it down to 3 3/4 by 5, the designer series paper, so that it would fit onto this Blackberry Bliss, which is 4 and 5 1/4. Then I had to try and make it match. Now, y'all know, if you follow me, I have a motto: perfection is overrated. So if you look at this carefully, or even not that carefully, you will see that my breaks in the lines are not even. It's not necessarily straight. But I did the best that I could. And I did use the multi-liquid glue, which gives you a little bit of time to wiggle it around. But I mean, I just really believe that a handmade card does not have to be perfect. And if I've taken my time to send you this card and that bothers you, you may not get another card from me. I'm just saying. So hold your tongue. Okay, so here's the one I want to show you, a little bit easier way to do it, because I did this one this way. Basically, I started in the sides for this, but what I found was, if you look here, you start to go uneven, and it that's why this is not so perfect. So over here, I'm going to try and keep these in order. I have what I have punched out. And if you look, the top piece and the bottom piece are not really cut. That's because I'm going to try doing it a little bit differently to see if it's easier. Because in my head and in my theories, it's going to be easier. So what I have here is a piece of Blackberry Bliss, and it is cut. Oh, I don't want this one. I want this bigger one. Sorry. Ha. So this one is it's cut 5.5 by like I didn't measure it. It looks like it's like 4.5 to 4 3/4. It's bigger. I'm going to want to trim it down to 4 by 5.25, if that makes any sense. So, and then this is here so that I can work with my mono glue. This is our silicone sheet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this piece. It's kind of weird, but I'm going to see how this works. And like I said, I want to cut it down. So I just remembered why I have that other piece. So it's kind of hard to see on this Blackberry Bliss, but I'm actually going to put this pretty much to the edge of the cardstock. I think I'm going to scoot it over a little bit. Okay. And you'll see that there is a method to my madness in just a moment. So I'm going to move this out of the way so that's more centered. All right, now I'm just going to start putting the pieces together. So this is where I can talk to you about things that are up and coming. Why is that upside down? I think it goes there. We do have another bingo coming up. I have to create the card set to show you, but that will be coming up again. Also, I have another make-along, so a mystery make-along. That is going to be coming up. Although technically we have no room left in the Hostess Club, I am willing to start another Hostess Club. If any of you are interested, let me know. So that we can get that started, and Celebration is coming up, so it's a really good time to want to pop in to do that. Okay, so you can see how I'm starting to get them to where there's a little bit of a shape. And is it perfect still? No, I had hopes, but you know what? I'm doing a video, and ain't nothing perfect about when I'm doing a video. That is for sure. But I like the way doing it this way from like a really busy pattern. You can kind of see that I'm sort of, recreating the design with the fractures in the center, which I think is kind of cool. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think it's kind of cool. And I know that this is going to be like watching paint dry, watching me put this together, but I wanted you guys to see the whole process. I probably could have done a few of them, but I did save you watching me punch them out. So I probably should show you one thing about that though. Okay, I think I did show you about that lining up. That's the thing that you want to watch, is lining them back up. Sometimes when you line them up, you're going to get like a little, I don't know, like a little burnish or a piece that isn't quite right. It's, sticking out. It's not here. Let me cut it wrong and then I can show you. So let's say I cut this one. Now, see, now we've got this kind of a mess. Don't ever be this far off. I'm just doing this for an example. But let's say you had this hanging there. You would just trim it off, okay? A lot of mine were hanging in this direction. They were like a little tiny bit. Just trim those off. And no one will know. And if they do know, then more power to them. They have great skills of observation. That's how I feel about it. So what are you guys doing for 4th of July? My husband just requested the whole rest of next week off. And he did it because he wants to retire. And he had to use up that time before he retired or he would lose it. So I'm pretty excited for him. We still haven't decided yet when he's going to retire. We've got some, we're actually spending this weekend preparing for a bunch of estimates on, we need a tree cut down in our front yard. And then after that is trimmed, because it's hollow. I hate cutting down trees, but the tree is hollow and it's kind of messing with our driveway, which is asphalt, which we don't want an asphalt driveway anymore, frankly. We're going to get concrete. So we're trying to prepare everything for that. You know, and the plumber, we have a plumber coming because we have this really weird thing going on with the water pounding in our, when we flush. So it's kind of strange. Okay. Can you see what happened here? This is why I'm using this one, because this was my first attempt at cutting them out. And see how they're all kind of messed up? Like I lost my shape somehow. And I honestly don't know how it happened. I think that I was always off and cutting those little burrs off here and there. And I think that's how this ended up kind of wrong. Why is that not lining up? That is a very good question. Huh. See how off it is? There is, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I knew it was off. But see how this should be better centered with this guy here. And it isn't. So, and this guy should be over. These are all issues that I had when I was doing this one. So I thought, how am I going to fix that? I don't want to waste. I know the designer series paper is on sale. I hope you guys know that it's on sale because it's an awesome, awesome deal. This is definitely the time to stock up on your designer series paper. But I still don't like to waste it. I mean, who wants to waste their designer series paper, right? It's too nice to mess it up. Now I can see that needs to move. That's the good thing about this is you can kind of slide and glide it a little, not a lot, but a little. Okay, so now see, I have kind of what I would call an ugly mess. So this is where you grab your paper trimmer. And I know that this is fairly even down here, not perfect. So I always put this thing in backwards when I'm doing videos. So I am going to use this end, which I know is straight, and I'm going to cut this so that it's even. And I'm going through a lot, so I may have to, you may have to wiggle back and forth. So now I have a straight cut. Now I can see I'm really off here. So I want to get at least to this point here. I'm not worried about the size of it just yet. I'm just not going to worry about that. Then I am going to cut this down to 5. And this down to, oh, see, it's got to even be smaller than I thought. So it's less than 3 3/4. It is actually 3 5/8. Okay. So now I have to decide, how am I going to trim this down? Well, I can see there's more here than there is here. And then I have to do math, which I love to do. Said nobody in this house. So I had it at 5. And this ended up being like 3, am I wrong? 2/8 smaller than I wanted it to be. So I'm going to take this, go to 5, and then go down 2/8. Okay. Now see, that looks okay, right? Looks totally like it's supposed to be that way. Now let me bring back in that 4 1/4 piece, and I can put it on there, and it doesn't, I can thin down the edge if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. There's a little bit, I could worry about that little piece right there, but I'm not going to. If you worry about that stuff, hey, you can always do it bigger. I mean, you can make it even wider so that you don't have that issue, and then you have larger pieces to work with. But I am just going to do this, and this is a good way to fake perfection, or almost perfection. Obviously, it still is not. But see, then you get the same basic base for your card, and then you can just put it on. This is pale papaya, so you can take it. I'm not going to do it down here yet because I want to add ribbon and stuff, but okay. So see how obviously there's a mess there? This is where I would put my ribbon, because big boo-boo, poof, ribbon over it. There's a boo-boo under here too. You can't see it. So where I got these pieces is I punched out the, where is my paper? Here it is. I didn't punch. I used the dies to punch out the little tiny pansy here. And for these, I actually cut that out of just a piece. It was right there. You can see it was right there. And I just cut it out of that because I thought it needed something. It was a little boring. So how did I do that birthday? Well, let me show you that. Let me make sure I have my, I don't see them. Oh, here they are. Okay, cool. So I started with just stamping it onto a piece about the size that I thought I wanted. I stamped it up a little bit higher because I found through trial and error that I was going to want something down here just to make it cuter. Now this one's going to end up being off to the side where this one is more centered, but that's okay. So what I did was I started with the tailored tag punch, and I came all the way over and just punched. Oh, let's get it straight, Carrie. I have adhesive on my fingers. Not that that ever happens. Happens all the time, and you guys know it because I'm always complaining about it. So see, I've got that. It doesn't look great, no, but it's going to have the flower on it. So, you know, I can just adjust this flower to make it work. So now I want to trim off the other side too. So I'm just going to take this is one of those little tiny Post-it notes, but you can use any size Post-it note. And I'm just going to come back over here. Now I want it to be a little bit bigger because I want to have enough space on there to adhere the flower, but I'm going to trim that down. Okay, peel a piece of Post-it off of it. But then you can see once it's on ribbon and it has the other flowers on it, it will kind of center. And if it doesn't, like, see, I don't think that looks right. That needs to be a bigger exchange of size. Or maybe this one does. I think perhaps that one does. So what I'm going to do is totally fake it. What did I say about perfection? It is so overrated. So where are my snips? There they are. So I'm just going to do that and see if that works. See, isn't that better? And it's going to be covered. You're going to have a flower. So let's say I cut these little flowers out. Fussy cut by hand, it's true. I don't think you guys want to see me do that, but I'll give you the gist of it. I won't do them perfectly, but I'll just give you guys the idea. Now imagine this is cut really, really well. And then when it's stuck down there, you're not really going to notice how off that is. And then when you take a flower, one of these little flowers, and you die cut it out, Okay. Now, I could do that for you and let you guys see, but I don't think you guys really need to watch me put on ribbon and stuff. You guys have seen it enough times. So it would just be a piece of ribbon across there. I can show you that. So you guys get the gist, but I don't think you guys want to watch me fussy cut. I don't know. Maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. So this is what I do when I am putting on ribbon. You guys have seen this before. I put the adhesive all the way on the back, all the way around, so it is ready to go down onto the card front. I changed my mind about what I was doing. Did you notice? Like all the time, Carrie. So see, now I'm going to put this ribbon over here, and it's going to make it a little, not a lot, but a little less noticeable. Whoops, that's crooked. It's a little, it'll be a little bit less noticeable, I think. Okay. I should probably tell you that I also used the Blackberry Bliss marker to darken the edge of this, just to make it stand out a little bit more. You don't have to do this. If you've never seen me do this before, all I'm doing is running it along. I'm actually running it on the cut edge more than I'm running it on anything else. But if you have a little bit of a tilt, you're going to get some of it in the front. And this is going to be behind the flowers, but you know, just in case my flowers don't set right where I think they're going to. But then can you see how it shows up a little bit more? It kind of gives it a shadow. So then this would be up on Stampin' Dimensionals, and I would center it. Center is a loose term here. I would center it to fit over this particular punched out flowers. Fussy cut these, die cut this, and you'd basically have the same card just slightly over to the side. So what do you guys think? Do you like that idea? I think this punch is awesome. And I will tell you, when I first saw it in the catalog, it had a matching stamp set that I did not get. And I did not get the punch because I thought, you know, whatever. I've got label punches galore. What do I need this one for? Well, honestly, this is what I need it for. I love it to do these kind of fun things with my cards. So anyway, I hope you guys liked this Saturday sip. I have some business to do that I think you're going to be excited about. First, we're going to do the drawing for everybody who shared in June, and the winner will receive this time the champagne rhinestones in the mail. And the winner is, your chances are pretty good because there were less shares this month than normal. So let me pull one out. Cindy Dotson. So Cindy, reach out to me, please. Make sure I have your mailing address so that I can get this to you. If I do not hear from you by, well, it's the holiday week, so I'm going to give you until a week from Monday. So what day would that be? 5 + 7, the 12th. So please let me know by the 12th your information so I can get this mailed out to you. Now, for the next prize, you guys all remember that Peaceful Moments, my favorite sentiment set. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yes, I know you're all shocked I didn't use that happy birthday. I know. I used the one from the Pansies collection. But anyway, this is one of my favorite sets, so much so that I ordered it twice. And before I looked on my shelf and realized that, I think what happened was I was using it, and so my original one was under a pile of stuff on my table. I'm sure none of you know what that's like, right? None of you guys have a big mess on your crafting table. I'm sure it's just me. But I know that's not true. But anyway, so I ordered this and I went to put it on the shelf, and sometime between ordering it and getting it in, I had put mine back on my shelf. But before that, I trim all my stamps. I mount them and I trim them because I am a terrible stamper. Seriously. I press too hard in the ink. And so I end up with ink all around the edges. So that's why whoever wins this, that's why it's trimmed, because that's my thing. You don't have to do that. You probably know how to ink your stamps correctly. I know how. I just like to beat on stuff. I don't know. So anyway, let's see. This is from everybody who ordered at least $30 in stamps. So I got my treasure box. This is so cute. I just picked it up at Target. I'm going to decorate it, and it's going to be my new little baby drawing box. It was $1. It's so stinking cute. So anyway, all right. So let's reach in here from everybody who placed an order. And the winner is Veronica. Veronica, congratulations. Yay, that's very exciting. Veronica is a brand new customer of mine, so that's very cool. So Veronica, I will be mailing this out to you. If you can wait, I'm going to mail it with your next club, because Veronica happens to be in club. But I can do it sooner. Let me think about that, because I really don't want you to wait, because this is like my favorite stamp set. Veronica, if you have this stamp set, let me know. I don't think you ordered it, but I'm not sure. But let me know, and we'll see what we can do about maybe getting you something else, and then I'll just draw this again. But anyway, have a wonderful 4th of July, everybody. God bless America. We are so, so lucky to live here. No offense to any of you who may be watching from other countries. I know you love your countries too, and that's awesome. But I pray for a peaceful 4th of July. I pray for this country that we can come back together and learn to love each other again. I don't care what your color is. I don't care what your beliefs are, as long as you are not harming me or anyone else or public property or dissing our American flag. Stand up. Don't kneel. People died and are laying under that flag so that we could stand up. Okay, sorry, that's my political poof for today. Y'all now know where I stand on that. But I have no prejudices whatsoever. I have friends. I don't care, like I said, I don't care who you are, what you are. This is America. 4th of July is our opportunity to share our independence and our freedoms and our love for this amazing country. We have the best country in the world. So have a wonderful 4th of July. I hope your weather is good and you can have a fun picnic. Again, I'm going to ask you to share this video for a chance to win a prize in the beginning of August. And I hope you will follow me here at Memory Inker or Facebook.com/Memory Inkers. And I will be back on Tuesday for a Tuesday tip. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye.